Hi everyone, Danny here today with my nephew Christian to talk to you about the third book in the Ranger's Apprentice series, The Icebound Land, written by John Flanagan, narrated by John Keating. In this video, we're going to find out Christian's thoughts on the book, how he liked it, what his favorite parts of the book were, what he thought of the narration of the book, and whether there's any elements to the book that he thinks parents should be warned about. Before we get started, though, if you love audiobooks, subscribe, turn on notifications. You can even leave me comments in the comment section, any books that you would like me to listen to and post a review on. And who knows, I might even get some help with the review like I'm doing here. Now, to the audiobook review. What did you think of it?
It was good. I really liked it because it was fun, and I liked it when they went on the Skull Island. Skull Hill.
Uh-huh.
I liked that part. That was fun.
Were you surprised that the author made their treatment of Will and Evelyn as brutal as he did?
Yeah, kind of. It was. I didn't think he would give them a certain boundary. I liked the part where he stuck the. He grabbed Evelyn, and he grabbed a knife, and he was going to throw it at the bad guy. I forget what they were. The Scandian, because another party of Scandians came to the island on their raiding, and he almost threw a knife at him, and instead he threw it. What's his name? Eric had him stick it right into a wine keg.
To show how good of a shot he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed that he could have actually killed him if he'd wanted to. Yeah. So, to kind of let people know that the last book, they get captured by the Scandians, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this book is the story of their captivity, right?
Yes.
Yes. And are they treated well? Are they made slaves? What?
They are not treated well. Evelyn becomes a cook, and Will is a yard slave, which that's the most brutal slavery you can, and because you get super cold because it's snowing there, and you have a small blanket that you sleep with, and it was very bad.
Now, you guys are actually on the fourth or fifth book in this series, right?
Yes.
How would you rate this book in the series? Would you say this one was one of your favorites, one of your least favorites?
I like this one because there was, they get up and they go in a cabin, and I just like the part where they live in the cabin, and...
You're talking about after they escape?
Yeah, after they escape.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
See, I think this was probably my least favorite book, because I didn't like the fact that Will got addicted to wormweed. Yeah. I didn't like what the wormweed did to him. So, here's a spoiler for parents. Actually, I'll let you answer. What would be things that parents should know about with this book? Do they ever say the D word in this book?
Yes, they say that a lot.
Okay.
We just call it stop the flow of water.
Stop the flow. Okay, well, that's another meaning for the D word there. And it also has drugs in it, right?
Yeah.
Because Will gets addicted to wormwood, which is a drug, right?
Yeah. It's wormweed.
Wormweed. Yeah. Not wormwood, wormweed. The one thing that I like, though, is the effects of the wormweed are truly devastating to Will. It doesn't make it be something... I mean, did you listen to that? Did you go, oh, I want to try some of that?
No. Mom was saying that is exactly what happens.
It's very real to how drugs destroy you mentally and physically. That's what it does to Will. And at the end of the book, when he's starting to go off of it, he's helpless, and he has to be protected and saved by a girl, right? Mm-hmm. And the Will from the first two books, would he need to have been protected by a girl?
No.
Well, he'd have been the guy saving the girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was my least favorite because I didn't like the way Will became in the book, but it was true to what drugs do to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while it's got drugs in it, it kind of scares you away from them, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's good in that sense. And then the book ends with kind of an interesting thing happening, doesn't it?
Yes, I like that part.
What happens at the ending of the book?
Evelyn gets caught by the, what was her name? The Temujai. She gets captured by the Temujai, and he tracks her, and the Temujai leader goes to kill Evelyn, and he has a very low-powered hunting bow, and he shoots the guy in the fleshy part of his wrist, and he drops his sword, and he goes over to kill him, and then Holt comes and shoots him, and that was the end of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they get captured, they get turned into slaves. Evelyn has to not just help them escape, Evelyn has to organize. She has to do everything to get them to escape because Will's helpless.
Yeah.
I mean, Will is he's a zombie. He's physically, mentally a little baby. He's completely helpless. So Evelyn gets them to escape, gets them to a cabin where she's taking care of them, and she's helping him come off of the drug. And that's when what you were talking about happens, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's how the book ends, which introduces a whole new cast of characters, the Temujai. And what are the Temujai doing there? And that leads into one of my favorite of the books.
Yeah.
Did you know that? The next book, Book 4, is like one of my absolute favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Book 1 and Book 4 are my two favorites of this series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Book 4 at a later date. So, did you have anything you wanted to add about it?
No.
What did you think of the narrator, John Keating?
He was good, but I'm not sure if we listened to John Keating or there's another narrator, Matt, I think.
Did they switch narrators on this book?
I think they did on a few of the books.
Oh, it's been a long time since. So, this is a book series that me and my boys, my sons, loved. We listened to it multiple times in the car, going places. We loved this book series. And then I was talking to my nephews here, and they were wanting a book, and I recommended this one. We decided we'd do the review together, which is one of the amazing things about books. When you find a good book, listening to it with my sons gave us a special connection. And now I get to share that connection with my nephews here. You can't do that with anything else. Only books. Only a really good audiobook will do that. So it's been a while. I've listened to them enough that I remember the books without having to go through and listen to them again. But I didn't realize they'd switch narrators.
Yeah, they did on a couple of the books. The one that we're listening to now I forget his last name, but it's Matt something.
Okay. And he doesn't do as good a job as...
No, he doesn't even pronounce it. He doesn't... Erlewin, he pronounces way different. Erlewin or something.
If you're an author and you start a book series and you get a good narrator, stick with the same narrator. Don't switch him up. We learn to recognize the voices of the characters. And John Keating does a great job with the voices of his characters. And then you switch it up and it throws it all off. Right?
John Keating does really good on the accents, but the other guy, he doesn't do accents at all. Yeah.
So there you go. And they are... So I get all my books through Audible. And a lot of the books that I now have are actually no longer available on Audible. They've been redone. The first book, The Ruins of Gorlin, it's not available on Audible. They've redone the book so you can still get The Ruins of Gorlin on Audible, but it's a different production than the one that I've got. Kind of interesting, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about Audible is I own the books. They're mine. I can share them if I want to, which is what I'm doing here. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you like my channel, subscribe. Turn on notifications. But most importantly, no matter what else you do today, make sure that today you listen to at least one really good audiobook. And both Christian and I highly recommend the Icebound Land Book 3 of the Ranger's Apprentice series by John A. Flanagan. Thank you.